I think groupthink is still prevalent in boardrooms, and so I think that becomes a blind spot. When everybody nods every time that you make a comment, then you start to wonder if there are really diverse perspectives in that boardroom and if somebody's going to call your bluff. Along the way. I really think that the more that you can get diverse perspectives and positive criticism of particular aspects of a company's strategy, I think would be a great way to avoid blind spots.
Risk is a big issue for all companies, and it is a big issue for boards as well. And when we go through a process of looking at the entire enterprise and go through a risk management process, what we really try to do is start from the bottoms up. So we have an expectation that the company will talk to their frontline employees, their line management, all the way up to the senior executive levels, and look at where risks are. And then take a look at each of the risk categories and where the material risks for the business is. Where are the most potent risks that if we don't really mitigate them, the company could be in very deep trouble.
Blind spots happen because you don't have enough diversity of experience and opinion on boards.
Internally, as I've studied and understood some things about cybersecurity, it's all about access. And some things come from external into your space that are dangerous, and then there's also the internal risk. And so often, most companies are thinking about someone in a dark room somewhere coming into their space and doing something bad, but it goes both ways. And so I always ask the question as, are you also considering both? And are your plans around both internal and external threats?
One of the problems which may arise regarding blind spots is the fact that you may have groupthink within the board. And this means that people with similar backgrounds will tend to react in the same way and tend to enact the same type of behavior. And this, of course, is a problem. And so this is why you possibly need people with diverse backgrounds, truly diverse backgrounds, because if you all be into the same school or the same university, you're not that diverse. You may have cultural background, which is different, but then you tend to have the similar approach to problems. So I think that boards may improve in addressing blind spots if they're more diverse.
The biggest blind spot for boards right now, in my view, is just how technology is changing your companies, and you could be irrelevant in weeks or months or years, and if you're not thinking about how your company is changing, either because of a new technology, a displacement, or not being able to source the appropriate employees.